Making your way through work Monday takes everything you got. Then Monday night rolls around and you realize there's a shot. You're only 10 points away. All those times when your team had no fight, they're just so gosh darn frail. Then your star quarterback let another deep ball sail, and your third round pick bet on his team. Then go check out our streets where everybody knows your pain, and they listen to complaints. You wanna be where you can see our bodies bring you no shame. You wanna go where everybody knows your pain.
Welcome into another episode of Dad Bod Fantasy Squad. Today, we have our first guest of the year, Chuck Bass in the building, everyone. Rob, I think we need to start doing the
welcome
the Pat
in,
McAfee sort of welcome in. Yeah.
It's funny you say that. I thought about having like the standing setup that he does, like the whole
I would
McAfee
love the
thing.
setup. It looks like it is just way more comfortable and you can kind of just project a little bit better. I would love that. We have. Actually, Chuck, you mentioned my treadmill in the back. Mm-hmm. We have the two Robs with us, Rob and Norton. What's up, boys?
They know us.
You guys get less of an intro.
It's fair.
I've thought about like setting up, because I actually behind me, other way, that little white table right there, it can hold a computer. So I was thinking about it for a really long time, but logistically walking and podcasting doesn't sound like it would be the best idea. But we could do a walkathon. We could do something for charity.
I don't have a treadmill, so
I
guess it looks like you're outside on your phone.
Find a track or something. Yeah.
Like
have one of those GoPros.
Yeah, there you go. If you had the like walking suit on too, like speaking of shows, Malcolm in the Middle. Have you ever seen Malcolm in the Middle?
The Any speed of you guys? Suit race?
The speed suit where he has like the alien head.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's Classic. What you would have to wear, Rob, since you'd be outside.
I would do that.
It'd be a watershed moment in podcasting.
it would set up the next. I mean, that we would make history. We'd start the new trend. Fantasy football walkathons.
I'm not gonna steal this idea, I promise.
It isn't coffee, but it is alcohol. It's vodka here. It does look like water though.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little wild tonight, I think.
Please.
Yeah.
In honor of Chuck being with us.
The people need it. People need it. There's been nothing to be wild about for what feels like weeks now.
This is true.
Chuck, I remember listening to your podcast during the season. And if I'm not mistaken, you go solo dolo, right?
I did, yeah, just because I felt like my anger would make people uncomfortable. We were doing a live pod at the time, just like it's the week is such a whirlwind and Sundays are crazy. It's like the eye of the storm. So I just try to channel all of that into a podcast and, that way save money on therapy, bettering myself, just whatever is necessary. Just trying to avoid all that.
What I was gonna say to that too is like there is so much humor involved in yours, because I remember you would go through like it's like you had sets of like what you were talking about, and it was all just humor was just ingrained. And then even with your tweets, it's like that. You're just really funny.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I try to have a good time without tipping how much I actually know. So I try to just mix it in and just try to put something out there and see if people like it. And so far it's going pretty well, but I spend most of my time still arguing with Randy's on the internet. So,
Post and ghost, baby. Post and ghost.
It's good to stay true to your roots, because that's how this all started.
Literally, we'll eventually get to 3 episodes a week, and then we'll get to 4 episodes a week. You are welcome whenever. If you want to come argue and vent with us, we welcome people to argue with us.
Yes.
Yeah, like it'll be fun for us too.
Well, you guys have the opportunity to make me angry with this show specifically, because I've got some near and dear shows to my heart.
Let's do it.
That's perfect.
that has been another thing that's been just ingrained in your content is a lot of references to TV shows. I mean, just yesterday or today, you were mentioning Shrinking, which me and my wife just watched it. It is a
Loved it.
great show.
Great show.
Yeah.
I was wondering what people thought about it because I watched it. I love Jason Segel. Siegel, I never know. Makes me feel like a fake fan. I miss him because he hasn't been like he went MIA. I think he actually had. Maybe I don't want to say this, but a drinking problem. Maybe I think is why he took a step
I think
back.
he had like your classic Hollywood take a breather.
Yeah.
Park it.
So it was good to see him back.
Yeah, he's great. The whole show. I mean, I can't recommend it highly enough. It was delightful. Right in time for like Ted Lasso coming out too. It was just all these shows, and they have the same co-creator too. So that kind of
interesting.
made sense.
It's in his hand.
Feels
Yeah,
very
well,
modern day
it's
sitcom.
No. Yeah.
So we talked about this a little bit in the pre-show. There's we don't got much fantasy football news in general for you. So it's tough. It's tough time. What were you saying? You said, I mean, this is last year. We were already done by this time too, right?
Yeah, by this time last year, we had been well behind. Weeks had gone by since, Russell Wilson had been traded, Carson Wentz had been traded, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper, who, God, when that happened, I was like, okay, sure, you go have fun. And he ended up being like one of the best buys in fantasy last year. It's just shocking. I don't know if I'm curious if they didn't want to step on March Madness and maybe have the new, not step on it, but the news, fly beneath the radar a little bit, or, if everybody really is, if this draft is just going to be nuts like last year was.
Yeah, we have some big names still available. Like think of the running back. There's Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt,
I was going to ask, do you guys have anybody in particular? You're like, come on.
I'm just wondering if they get signed, but go ahead, boys. I'll turn to you.
For me, it's Lenny. I'm very curious to see where Lenny and Zeke fall, right? Because that's going to there'll be some dominoes and how that plays out with the draft and all that sort of stuff. Odell, I just think for fantasy, who cares? But it's just, he's such an electric energy for a team that it'll be fun to see where he goes. Hopefully, I mean, maybe the Cowboys, there's so much smoke about Diggs getting traded too. Is that going to happen? He was tweeting with his brother. What do you say? He's like, we'll play twice a year or something like that. Tipping it like he might be going to New York, which would be wild. There's still so many dominoes to fall, but it's just taking forever at this point.
Yeah, I think we see a lot more draft day trades too. Yeah, Norton, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the same thing. Lenny and Zeke were the bigger ones for me. Obviously, like once we start seeing those fall, we're gonna see more and more. And I was the same. I felt the same way about Odell too. Like, I mean, he's fun. He's a crazy dude, but like, I don't expect anything out of him anymore, to be honest. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, sorry, Mario, but what's going on with the quarterbacks, right? Like A-Rod, that's still
huge.
What's going to happen there? Is he going to get traded officially?
Sportsbook saying over under on day 2 of the NFL draft, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for them to wait it out, but it's landlocking the rest of like what's going to happen with Lamar, what's going to happen, or some other quarterback's going to get moved around with everything. Trey Lance, Kirk Cousins, there's a lot of smoke with that. It'll be interesting.
Kirk Cousins. That one it makes sense, but that one caught me off guard.
I see that we were talking about this last week. There was a bunch of rumors that Minnesota's going for Lamar. So if you can get Lamar, you trade Kirk to the Niners, and the Niners got to trade Trey Lance. It'll be huge like ramifications across the NFL, which would be awesome. I mean, who doesn't want to stir the pot a little bit? That's. I think the A-Rod thing's got to happen first before Lamar, but who knows? Because what if Lamar just goes to the Jets? What if the Jets are like, all right, whatever? I don't know.
That'd be so hot. I'd love that.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. I want him out of there so bad. I mean, just as a Browns fan and like a Lamar fan, like it's just I want him out of there.
Yeah.
It makes you concerned with anything that you have on Baltimore if you're a dynasty owner. I mean, like having Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, all of it makes me concerned because what do they end up having at QB? Are they going to trade up in the draft? Are they going to trade for one? Like, is it just going to be Huntley and they just tank this year? Like, it's
They
just,
tagged Huntley, right? They tagged him.
I don't know if they tagged him, but I know he's there still.
Or they put a tender on him or something. I thought I saw something, but yeah, I mean, exactly. Are they gonna try to trade for somebody if Lamar walks, or are they gonna try to trade up like they did when they got Lamar? Like they traded up to go get Lamar. It would make sense because what are they at 22 or something?
Not to pigeonhole them as that team, but I'd love for Lamar to leave and them to turn any of those picks into Lance. And then bring in the biggest free agent out there who still hasn't unsigned is Kenny Golladay. I mean, that's the offense that I want to see.
He's been riding on the pine.
They already signed the second most coveted guy. Or yeah. Aguilar is there now. I mean, they've been attacking that wide receiver market, dude.
Like
they know what's important.
That's the weird thing. Like they're not going to draw anybody to want to go there. It's just how they're like. They can't do anything too until they figure the Lamar thing out.
Lamar did say he requested a trade that was done on March 2nd, I believe, going off the top of my head here. It is like he isn't staying. I don't know if I'm sorry. Maybe I should, because we post this as podcast as well. But Tiffany asked, didn't Lamar already come out saying he wasn't staying at Baltimore? He would stay if they pay him easily.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, he contractually is already there. Like he's there for the year. Whether he plays, that's the other question.
Yeah, the guaranteed money is the big bad in all of this. That's what's holding them up from the Ravens and from any team really, really hopping at it. So
it's tough.
Just have to see.
It's tough because he wants more guaranteed than Deshaun. Then you got to give up 2 first rounders to trade for him. On top of what I
see, I don't understand that. I think it's up to 2 first rounds, right?
No,
like that's the max.
So if Baltimore rejects the offer, so say he signed somewhere, Baltimore doesn't want to match it, it's 2 first rounders.
Oh,
or
I mean that's what the Browns did.
What a lot of people could do,
right?
Technically, I guess, yeah, kind of the same situation.
I mean, we gave $230 million.
There's a
scenario where they all negotiate and he signs with the Ravens and they trade him for what could be less than 2.
Sign and trade.
Yeah. Which is more likely than the walking away. Baltimore just walking away. But if you're Baltimore and you can snag 2 first rounders, it's probably more than you'd get.
There's greater than
especially when you see what Aaron Rodgers is getting rumored for. I mean, it's night. It truly is night and day. The packages. It's wild.
For sure. I agree.
There is just such a I am going to take the belief that if he stays in Baltimore, he doesn't play this year. But that's my own personal belief. I don't see what reason he has to play.
If they pony up and pay him. If they don't, if they want to, if he's not playing on the
I can't see a situation why he would.
My only thing is that I think the fact that nobody is giving him that contract, so he's gonna I could see him going out there, trying to just ball out and say, look, this is what I am. I'm an MVP level guy. I've done it multiple years in a row, and because like right now, I mean, if you know, like I'm assuming you're saying that the reason for him not to is because obviously injury. If he goes down, it ruins his chances.
Yeah, plus who's he thrown to?
Right. But the thing is right now, I mean, I agree, but the thing is right now, nobody's giving him the money he wants, right? So how's he going to prove to them to give them that money?
Yeah, he could either do it. My situation is he sits out a year to say F you to Baltimore. And I'm not saying that this is happening, but this is where my head is. You sit out a year, then you go take a year deal, prove it, or 2-year. I don't know. You don't see it too often.
Yeah.
QBs that are starters are going to sign a 1-year deal, but any sort of prove it sort of contract that he might take and then be ready for an extension after that. He's not going to want to prove it with Baltimore with Nelson Aguilar. I don't think.
Yeah. Well,
I know Bateman's there too.
Plus, also, if you're a team looking to get Lamar, would you rather just sign him to that contract or sign him and give 2 first rounders? You know what? Or a
Right,
package.
for sure. I mean, I think I agree that has
Right.
a
If
effect
you want
on it
him,
for
you're
sure.
gonna pay him $250 million guaranteed. Like, just do it. You know, like
It's a
just do it.
very it's gonna be. It's almost like there's like famous court cases that like the Supreme Court looks back at. Like this is a huge
Big.
milestone moment for like what a player can move the market for, and what like a transition towards what happens in the other sports where the players are the ones that are, you know, setting the price and making their own moves, as opposed to, you know, the teams
You're right.
always being in control. So that's why you're seeing owners hide behind stuff like Arthur Blank hiding behind injury history. It's all guaranteed money. They don't want to set the precedent because it'd blow the Kirk Cousins stuff out of the water.
Mhm.
Into Deshaun Watson contract, we all know like that was that's so funny. That wasn't okay. We've made progress. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, no, get back. We have to pull
Yeah.
it back, pull it
Yeah.
back." Nobody was ready
'cause
for that.
If I'm not mistaken, the Browns had to take a check and sign 230 mil and put it into help me out, boys. Escrow.
Escrow.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like not
Yeah,
all owners have that money.
Mhm.
Like there's just
Yeah.
there's just a lot of the owner for Baltimore, is it Gene something? I can't think of his name right now. I just actually was looking him up. I don't know if they have that type of money, dude. He might, but that's a lot.
it's a
They
fair
screwed
point.
Oh,
everybody.
Yeah.
That comes
They
out of
did.
the big pot.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I don't know. Boys, do you guys got any other topics before we get to this mock draft? Till we get to the meat and potatoes?
Good.
Don't
get
think
it.
so.
Nothing
Let's
that I
roll.
can think of really.
We got TV shows tonight. Our categories: drama, comedy, action/thriller, mystery, documentary. Was it docuseries? I think was the
Yeah,
slash.
same.
I didn't want it to be super long. Miniseries / You guys have a
Limited
slash for that.
series.
Limited series, and then your wild card. So we did our randomizer before the episode, before we went live, and look at that.
Surprise, surprise. Rob's last
Guest
again.
is number one. Loser Rob is last.
They're trying to keep me down.
It's gonna be slim pickings in those middle spots.
Felix
I
is
think
last.
I'm excited. I think I know it'll fall to me, and I'm
Gene
pretty
Simmons, thank you. I was trying to rack my brain.
Wait, is that really his name? Because I thought he's probably just messing with us.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is it?
I want to cut that. That'd be a good.
You're up. That's
Oh,
not his
shit.
name. Gene
Sorry.
Simmons is the one dude, isn't he?
Because used to like I don't know, for some reason maybe I've been watching too much draft stuff. I
The
was
dude from
waiting for
Kiss?
like somebody to walk out and
Oh, that's
announce.
it. There
first
we
pick.
go. Thank you.
Okay. Last Dance. That's my
There-
that's my
there it is.
documentary.
Thank you.
The
Tim.
Last Dance.
The Last Dance, huh?
Mhm.
He's always on my side. I appreciate you, Tiffany.
Sorry, Chuck. I was too distracted with getting roasted in the
No.
chat. Last Dance, Michael Jordan documentary, huh?
Okay.
Only docu-series I could think of that I desperately wanted. There's other
It was
ones I
my-
like.
It was my number one too. I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
great. Yep.
It was my
Your
101.
101 or your number like
My number
overall?
one documentary.
Mm.
But it is a slim dude. That's a slim category.
It's
for
my
me.
Will. It's my Will Levis.
Yeah, I got a lot there, baby. I'm excited for it. I got a lot. Will Levis. Yeah.
Man, that's a good one. It
Great
was
one.
definitely I was hoping kind of like I'm not a big documentary TV show watcher,
Mhm.
so I was hoping it would kind of slide under your guys' radar. But I don't know why I would think that in
Go ahead.
fantasy.
We all know what you're going with.
Drop it.
Down. Wait, was I supposed to go with something else? I have to go with Game of Thrones.
Okay.
It's my favorite show of all time.
Wow. Okay.
I knew
I mean-
that. I knew it was coming.
I didn't think he was
There's-
going there.
I'd be interested
Really?
to know which category you fit this under.
I think you have to go under drama, right? I mean,
That's what I haven't.
It applies to
haven't-
a lot of them.
Drama.
I was
but
gonna
it could go action.
It's
can
got
I
that.
come back to that?
You could.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say you could always. It's got that multi-position versatility.
It,
You
it
know what I mean?
does.
Let's get this a little smaller so we got some more room here, but not too much smaller.
I thought that was going to fall to me.
All right, I'm going to put question mark for now because I might come back to that. I have lack of preparation on this one.
Like your
I was
Taysom
ready on-
Hill. That's your Taysom Hill pick.
that's my utility.
That was my number 2 overall.
Was it?
Nice.
Yeah.
What's
What was your
101
number
then?
1 overall? Because you're gonna get it right, or was Last Dance your 101?
No, Last Dance wasn't. It was up there though, especially because of the documentary. But my 1 overall, which I feel like this can be in multiple ones, so I don't know what I want to put it under yet. Breaking Bad.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
What a first round we're off to.
Star-studded.
That's a
Not
good
like
one.
the
Do
2013.
you have a category for this one yet?
I don't know, because I mean,
Okay, we can come back to that.
yeah, we'll put the question mark for now.
Documentary. It could make an argument for it.
If we stretch a little bit.
I know some people.
I know a guy.
Okay. I'm gonna go with what I thought Mario was gonna take. Probably the best TV show on right now, currently going.
Oh, I
Probably
know.
one of the best in years. Succession.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think it would go that soon, dude.
Oh yeah.
I really did.
Oh, yeah.
It is
See you later,
so
Chucky.
good.
There,
It is
there
so
he goes.
good.
That ain't
It-
falling. That ain't
So,
falling back.
like,
dude.
hey, Chuck,
That
You-
that
obviously-
mute button's gonna get broken tonight.
huge fan of Succession. I've noticed
so
this is
good.
not near as popular as like some of these. I mean, Rob's never seen it below us. Norton's never seen it.
Yeah, I know, dude. I
Yeah.
keep. That's the thing, dude. I keep
So
telling my
freaking
wife.
good.
I keep like dropping the hint, and then like next thing I know, I come downstairs and she's asleep, and I'm like, oh shit. What am I? I mean, I'm about to watch this by myself.
Look at this. I'm getting all the praise.
No, her
Okay.
Rob was actually towards Norton. So
Oh, okay.
get some.
Well, whatever.
There we go.
Whatever.
So
So that's in the
you-
drama.
okay. Yeah, I think that's all you could put that in, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think it really falls in it.
That's another one that's a little bit of everything.
So let's go for.
I couldn't take Succession over Game of Thrones personally, just because I love Game of Thrones.
I thought you were gonna take Succession and I'd get Thrones. That's what I was hoping. I'm gonna go with action for my next. I'm going with The Boys. Boys.
Mm.
The
Solid.
Boys on
Solid
Prime.
one.
It's got everything you need in a show. It's funny. There's tons of action. Nothing but gory stuff going on. It's top notch.
How would you elevator pitch it?
Elevator pitch it.
We're at the DoubleTree Expo. It's 10:50 p.m. Saturday night.
Everybody's
Somebody says they've never seen The Boys. What are you telling them?
Superheroes had consequences,
Let me get a whirl at this.
I guess, right?
Jeremy Renner meets Snowplow meets the interview coming up. Is that too soon? That was probably all fucked up.
Jeremy
Dick.
Renner.
What an asshole. Let the man live.
There's okay, so let me get some
Hawkeye?
background on why I even said that, because now I feel guilty.
You should.
There's a lot of like weird interview sort of like what's the I can't think of the lady's name that's interviewing him. She's super famous. And people are all like commenting on it like Vought really made it into real life. Because it's the trailer for the interview is on.
Oh my god, I have to check this out.
It's weird. Have you seen The Boys or no?
Yeah.
Man live.
You're talking about a Jeremy Renner interview, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't
That's where
think
he's
it's
at right
released,
now.
but it's gonna
The
come
guy-
out on Disney Plus.
The guy from the
And
Jeep
they're like-
commercials.
And they have this trailer going on for like this interview that's coming up, and this is not me saying anything about Jeremy Renner, more so about media in general, how weird the interview is. Like it feels like Jeremy Renner is an actual superhero, how they portray it, the interview.
He
It
is.
feels bad because
He
he
is.
lost his life, so I'm glad he's healthy.
He's our Hawkeye.
Right?
All right, Norton. Sorry for
man.
cutting you off there.
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's tough because there's some good shows that if I was like going for votes, I'd pick because but I haven't seen them, so I feel like I can't do it. So instead, I think man, there's two of them. I just got to go with mine. We're gonna go with comedy. We're gonna go with The Office.
Damn.
British
feel
or American?
Yeah. That British or American.
Swedish. There's all kinds of them.
We're going full Steve Carell.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the goat. of
I feel
comedy.
like
I love it, dude.
Mhm.
I've seen plenty of Chuck's tweets where I feel like I have to go with this show. So I don't
Oh
miss it
no,
again.
no, God.
He's playing the
I
ADP
feel like
game
I
here.
have to. This
hate
is
it
the
already.
ADP. He is not falling back to me.
Oh,
We got to go Parks and Rec. I love Parks and Rec.
Oh man, that hurts too. You guys are just banging them out right now.
that was my 2 on comedy.
I would have
Alright.
went Office. I think I would have taken Office over Parks
Really
and
got
Rec,
to
but they're
implement the
really close.
strategy here
They're-
because you know
They are head to head.
They are close, and
Well, you did with The Last Dance already, Chuck, because there's not like I don't know what the hell I'm going to pick for documentary right now.
Oh,
Dude,
I
that's
had-
the thing.
I can only
got
book
that.
so much strategy in because of these question marks.
that is a full trap. It really is a full.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm the only one living up. I'm going
all right.
RB wide receiver real quick.
Let me. I'll answer mine right now to help out. I'm gonna go action for Game of Thrones if you guys are cool with action for it.
It's fair.
It is fair.
Is Breaking Bad
Lauren
a
doesn't
drama?
love it.
Can we wrap that one up too, or no?
I'm fine putting it there too. I was, dude. The thing was, like, earlier when I was like making my list and stuff, I was trying to look up on like IMDb and like
Mhm.
Rotten Tomatoes to see what they would list them as.
I
just
did
to,
the same
like,
thing.
What,
yeah,
what is the
Exact
other
same
thing that it
thing.
would list under here?
they had it under thriller too.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that I'm
I
like,
was on like BuzzFeed best mystery shows ever.
right?
really?
yeah.
all
I,
these-
I didn't type BuzzFeed into Google. I promise you. That's just one of the first.
All
ones.
these websites got an influx and weird searches today.
like, what the hell's going on?
I'm
there?
gonna drop it in the drama category if you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's cool for if I end up
Mhm.
taking another
You
one or
could
something, we can
switch
switch it. Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I guess
I'm gonna
that's
do
me on the
some-
clock, right?
You
You're,
got your time. You got time.
you're
You're all right.
ticking.
Okay, I'm gonna go with one that I can't live without. So I'm gonna go for comedy. I'm gonna go with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Nice.
That's
Dude,
a
That'll
good
be
one.
my that'll be my slam dunk. And you have to
That's a
have
good one.
that. That's my trade for Russell Wilson. Like gotta.
Hmm.
Oh, actually, I hope not. Actually, I hope it's not not that. Actually,
Yeah, we don't want that. We let them fall apart.
And then for, oh man, this is actually where it gets real tricky. For mystery, I'm gonna go with Severance.
Oh, dude. I thought that was coming back to me.
I thought
It
it was
felt
coming back
like-
to me.
One
felt like-
season,
yeah.
and this is where we're at, round 3.
Our pre-show conversation,
Yeah.
I was like, kind of feeling out a little bit about where the tastes are lying. So, plus, like, I picking up hints on what subscription services you guys have. So that's helping out too.
It's all HBO, dude.
Strategy is running deep in this draft. I tell you.
It's getting there. Now you got to start thinking.
All right. Yeah, since we talked about how miniseries are pretty limited, I feel like I'm a little unhinged on taking this. I may be reaching here, but maybe not. I'm gonna go with Queen's Gambit.
That's a great pick.
I like it.
That was if I didn't
That's a
go
great
Severance,
pick.
that's I'm not.
I would have
even
went
kidding.
Severance.
That's
then.
exactly what.
Look,
Yeah.
We'll talk trade after this. Dude.
That's a great
Oh, I've got some fab lying around somewhere in one of these drawers. Oh, that's such a good
Damn,
one.
that's a good pick.
Damn.
Honestly, boys, I wouldn't even. You guys told me that miniseries were limited, so that was the only thing that I've searched, and I saw Queen's Gambit. I was like, oh shit, I got to get that early. I thought it
Damn.
was a reach out.
No,
No,
that's a good one.
It's
Thanks,
not.
Kip.
That's not even. Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say because like I honestly didn't even realize it was considered.
It's
Miniseries,
one and done.
Mhm.
Because I have it on the list, but I didn't even have it under there. So that's
Game of Thrones is so good you drafted it twice.
Well, how did that even happen?
that's
Is that season 8? Is season 8 separate from the rest of the
It's going last round. Put it to 7.
Season 1 through 7 and season 8, we had to distinguish. Season 8 wouldn't even get drafted though, so
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm not over it still.
it's tough. I also was wondering this, and I am not. I just want to throw this out for you guys because I feel like it's very lame if I even go this route. But House of Dragons would technically be different than Game of Thrones, right? And I think we can have. There's other ways
Yeah.
that we could look at that. That's just
Mhm.
clearly the first one that comes to my mind.
Yeah,
That's what
I
you're
agree.
throwing up there. Go ahead.
No, I listed them different. The other one I was gonna throw out there to see what your ruling on this was. Not that I'm taking this right now, but the 30 for 30s. Is it just as one, or are we talking each? We're talking individuals.
Oh man,
I think you could talk individuals because
Yeah.
there's so
Say
many.
30 for 30.
Right. That's like
It's
I mean,
kind of like
120 of
saying,
them.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like where
Yeah,
your
I think
head's
you got to
at,
go
though.
individual there.
I'll take it all Warner Brother properties.
I would like
It's a
HBO
volume
Max
play.
pretty.
It's a volume play. Okay. All right. We got to settle in here. The one that I thought that wasn't going to get back to me made it back to me. So I think I gotta take it because I was debating this one last time between The Office and this one. And I took The Office because I figured less likely. So we're gonna go Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Damn, that was
is
my.
this the one that you're
that
like?
was my
this
other
would be your-
mystery.
It's got to
I
be
was
a
gonna say, this
mystery,
would be
no?
your mystery, right?
Yeah.
That's what I have it under too. I actually had it under 3 different ones, but
You could do action thriller, but I think
Right.
if cool with you, I think mystery fits it.
that's what I had. That was my first.
How would you rank the Stranger Things seasons?
I thought the last season was phenomenal, but
Yeah.
the first season was probably my favorite just because it came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
I think for me it goes 4, 1, 2, 3.
Nice. For
think I
love
said-
on this show. I like it.
I think I go 1-4, but yeah, 4 would get
Mhm.
2 and 3 kind of slouched a little compared to those two.
Yeah, 3. I was like not as hyped on 4 honestly because 3 kind of like dragged for me a
crushed.
little bit.
Yeah.
4 was insane for me.
Yeah,
I
4 was
loved it.
amazing.
I loved it.
Okay. So I'm up, huh?
You
For
are
a double tap here.
The double tap. All right. So mystery is low for me. That's like a limited. Like I didn't have a lot of mystery
What are you trying to say?
because I'm not very mysterious. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Mario's gonna be pissed because he said it to me. White Lotus.
Dude, I debated that too.
Nice. Good choice.
Son of
Even
a
though I would have
bitch.
found it because I was going through the HBO library, but
Oh,
White Lotus. 2 seasons. It's fantastic.
Did you
It's
guys do
great.
any of the stuff where you were like, oh yeah, you're like looking through lists, like, oh yeah, I love that show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did
There were a
so
lot of
many of those.
shows.
A lot.
Absolutely.
So White Lotus
Talking about
is
White
God
Lotus.
damn it.
on my board. You already have mystery, right, Mario? Oh no, you got miniseries. Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's go to I have to take this because I'd be so mad if somebody took it. I don't think anybody will, but I'm gonna take it here. For limited series, I'm gonna go with The Patient.
Ooh.
I could
Classy.
not get into this show, dude.
Oh,
I could not get into it. And I'll
Oh,
try
no.
if you've
again.
never seen it, dude.
Is
this
this mini?
is-
You said this is a limited series. It's
Limited
over?
series, Steve Carell, it's on Hulu. Serial killer abducts.
How are we
this,
still
like-
convinced that
That
there's
was
not
with
season 2
Donald
coming?
Gleason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. One of the only shows that every episode, my hands were sweating at the end of it. Like I just couldn't sit still. It was creepy. It was weird. It was, yeah. It's.
Nice.
I recommend that to everybody. So go watch that one because that's one of my favorites that I saw in a long time. God, I could have waited, huh? Nobody was gonna take that.
He
I
threw
was
some.
not.
We're getting into those. He threw some shade at you. We're getting into those rounds where
We're-
you diss the competition.
What a freaking reach by Rob.
Yeah, it's a little reach. But I would have been so mad if somebody took it. So I'm okay with it.
Damn. Let's see what we got here. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna take this, and it's. I think it's would be considered under miniseries, limited series. I'm gonna do Black Mirror.
Nice.
It's a good pick.
You
I gotta be honest with
you
you,
guys are
boys. I think it's a
like-
great pick, but is it really a mini series, or limited series?
Let me look up on.
Because isn't that like when they do one season, it's done? Is that the?
Oh, I
'Cause,
thought
like,
you said mystery.
Let me see, because I thought when
You could still get it. I just wonder if you have to put it on there like wild card or whatever.
Okay, let me check. Let me check on here.
This could
And-
change the entire draft, boys.
Anthology.
true.
They
Thank
listed
you.
as an
That's the word I was looking
anthology.
for. Yeah, I don't think it's technically considered a limited
No,
series.
that's fair then. That's fair. I'll still take it. I'll still
Okay.
take it. I'll still take it.
I think it's a great pick.
I do too.
Better than the patient. You know what I mean? Got him again. I'm gonna put wild card, or did you have? You could technically. We got mystery, comedy, and drama.
Would
Action thriller would work in a way because a
Mhm.
lot of those are action
Yeah.
thriller.
I would say act thriller for sure.
we'll throw it on thriller. Always better to keep
Yeah.
the wild card open.
Save your spot.
You know what I mean?
We do definitely are a little loose with the categories here.
Man, I got a lot of shows I want to pick, but I'm running out of slots.
I think I'm reaching a little bit soon here. I might not be reaching. I mean, it's definitely going to hit the current day crowd. But it was phenomenal. I thought the season 1 was great. We're going to go Last of Us.
Nice. I knew someone was going to take this.
See, there's so many.
Drama here.
This was the thing that I had. There were so many great TV shows the last like 2 years that only have one season. That I
Yeah,
didn't know if I
tons.
could throw it on my list yet. There were
Tons.
so many good ones.
Yeah.
But that was on my list.
Oh, yeah, I think it's kind of like one of those are you are you expecting it to go? I know Last of Us already greenlit season 2 and I'm expecting it to still be
Mhm.
good. But you're right, like you are taking both Severance, which is what was going to be my choice here,
Mhm.
and Last of Us. You're definitely taking a gamble on saying season 1 was
I
phenomenal.
thought about that. Yeah. Yeah.
And I am expecting season 2 to live up to that hype, but we could look like idiots.
See, Last of Us is another one for me where like I've only heard great things, but I haven't watched it. So I'm like, I feel like I can't take it. I would not be
Dude,
being real to it.
That would be
And all-
that would be such a flex to take a show you haven't seen. Oh my god, the ultimate flex. Oh, that's great.
Straight off the combine.
Yeah. All right.
All potential, baby.
numbers are great. Numbers are great. I
Marcus
saw
Russell.
16 million
Tested-
views, dude.
Tested well. All right. I'm gonna go with action thriller, and I'm gonna do Squid Games. That'll be my.
I love that one.
That'll be my coming off the top rope. I feel pretty hot about that one. And
Great.
for my mini series, I'm gonna go with Watchmen.
That's a great one too.
That was my number 2 on miniseries.
Mhm.
That was great.
I'm feeling
That
good
was
about
a
this.
That was a good show.
that was a fairly very very strong double tap
Yeah, very.
for a 4-5 turn.
Chips in the table.
I've never seen The Watch.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like Renner meets.
All right. If we wanted to take only one season of a show, can we, or we just take the whole group?
I know which one you're going
I
for.
know where you're going.
For 100% for sure.
That's a great question.
This show, man.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I know
If
exactly.
you
what you're
guys are
talking
all
about.
on the same page as me, I am going to laugh my ass off. But I
Hmm.
think I'm going to take True Detective.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna
Yep.
go with that.
Maybe I missed Norton's here.
Oh yeah, you did. That's not the one I was expecting, actually.
My bad. Season 1 is really what I would like to take, but I'll just put it. I'll just take the good, bad with the good.
These are some stacked lineups. This is like the
Mhm.
NFC South right here.
This is nice. This is
Season
nice.
2 was trash, though.
Yeah, disappointing. Very. And season 3
It makes
was like
sense.
strange, and I felt like it was going somewhere, and then it didn't.
You see, there's season 4 coming out this year.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Spicy?
we'll give it a try.
Yeah. I'm at no shortage for needing shit to watch.
Same.
Yeah, seriously.
Watch Family Feud most nights.
There's some good ones, man.
Not to tip my wild card or anything, but
The Price is Right.
a game show would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Mhm.
That's true. Damn. Okay, we got.
So many good ones still.
I know that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
I didn't create a list, so I'm really kind of struggling here on seeing what I'm missing.
There's a lot.
I'm trying to make sure figure out which ones exactly I need because I had so many in my list in multiple spots. So now I'm like,
Well, the wild card means you can't feel too safe. Like you guys could have all drafted your action, and then that doesn't mean that my action is safe.
Good point, because it could be taken
Yeah.
with the wild card.
exactly. Let's see what Robbie's got there.
I know
Some
where I'm
kinda-
going.
I've got a drama, comedy, mystery, action, thriller, drama. So I need a documentary, docuseries, need a miniseries, and a wild card. I think I'm gonna go with
Don't you do it.
Hit him with it.
Don't you do it.
with a wild card here. And I am going to take Peaky Blinders.
Good pick. Wasn't my pick, but that's a good pick.
To be honest, I didn't think I was going to end up liking it.
It's a good show.
And then I just got straight up hooked. I was
Mhm.
watching it every day, dude. I was watching it at work. I didn't even care.
Going international
Oh,
with it. I like
that-
it.
I think you hit this one. I'm gonna guess. Yep, that's the one she was waiting for.
Peaky Blinders was the one.
Interesting.
Blinders.
I was wondering which
In the
one she was
crowd.
mentioning. And
Peaky's
playing
good.
fan favorite. It's gonna give me a vote there, right there.
Apparently, she loves every one of your picks. All
It's a
right.
strong squad, if I do say so myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's all right. All right. I'm going to go wild card.
Rob's a hater.
I know. I just don't want to come in last again.
It's because he reached on the. It's because he reached on the patient, dude.
I did.
He's been thinking about it since
But I
that
wasn't
last
going to
turn.
take Peaky. I wasn't
Locking up the A-list early.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with my wild card. Norton, all due respect, I think this is overall better than your number one.
Whoa.
Oh.
I know what you're going with now.
And I'm going with Better
think I
Call
know.
Saul.
Oh.
Yeah.
Made by the same creators, Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
I personally liked Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad. I think it was
We going action thriller?
Very
Here, I'm
good.
assuming? Or is this wild card?
that was my wild card.
I will say I do love it. That's the one I was debating between Peaky Blinders and that. And
I
was
thought
debating.
you were gonna take it
I was debating with the stack there. You know what I mean?
Stack of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I mean, you win. And then let's go. You guys all did your comedies, right? You did.
Yep, and I did a wild card, so I can't.
We all did it. We went comedies. There was a comedy run in round 2, dude.
Yeah, I was early.
So I'm gonna have to go documentary.
I can't even find a freaking documentary.
I have a lot that I love. I really do. I'm gonna go with Icarus.
Nice.
I think it's Netflix. I think that or HBO,
you're
but
right.
it's on the
Big doping guy.
the doping scandal of the guy who was doping the Russian Olympic athletes.
Mhm.
It is a
I'll
wild.
sleep on
It
that, but I did
started
start
off.
it.
Dude, it's crazy. They started it off. This guy was just trying to dope for a bicycle contest,
Mhm.
like try to not get caught, and it snowballs until he meets the guy who was doping the Russian Olympic team, and the guy confesses to it on the documentary, and then it turns into this whole other story. It starts as one story and ends as a completely different one, where it is.
Damn, I need to check this out. I've heard good things.
Dude, it is unbelievable.
Do you feel nervous that you've had to explain 3 of your picks?
Not at all. Two?
From the top.
God damn it, Chuck. You know what?
Sorry.
This is your last time back.
You know what? I've seen all of the ones you're talking about too, so I shouldn't be shy. You should shut my
You've seen
mouth.
Icarus?
Rob.
You like Icarus? All right. That's
I
probably
like
my
that
favorite
stuff.
documentary.
Real quick, a docu-series. What does that necessarily mean? Does that mean like it doesn't have to be in documentary format?
No, so a docu-series would be like Icarus was like a 2-hour documentary, and then there's other ones that are it's like a season-long documentary. Could be like 6 parts.
Yeah, like The Last Dance is a
Yeah.
docu-series,
Docu-series.
or
Don't give
I
it
don't
away.
want. Well, I don't want to tip it. I guess.
I was gonna say
Like,
there's a couple in there that I was
yeah, that are
Yeah.
out floating out there.
some tape. We got some.
I do have a
tabletop.
show that I'll
No, I'm
ask
just
you
kidding.
guys about later, but it's definitely not a documentary. I understand that. I was hoping it fell into docu-series, but it doesn't.
So what would like diners, dive-ins, and drives categorize?
I have so many food shows I wanted to
Wild
put on
card. Yeah, I had a bunch too. I'm thinking about mixing in.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna keep the docu-series thing going here, just because I see both of you guys got miniseries. I'm gonna take a chance that you're not gonna take a second miniseries, considering the weakness of that.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go with 30 for 30, the U episode. The U.
That was my other. If Last Dance was taken, that's exactly the one I would have gone with.
Thank God.
I love that episode. That one
Yeah.
specifically is so good. I mean,
Hype.
so many of them are so good, but like that one, that I had two listed under
Mhm.
30 for 30 in case someone took this one. But yeah, the U is my favorite for sure.
Norton, I appreciate you for saying that pick.
I
I am
wait
going
get
to
into
go
the
with
honorable mentions.
I know.
last chance you here.
Nice.
I do not watch a lot of documentaries,
That counts.
series. Right? Or does this not fall into the category?
it
I mean, it's
does.
just like it's definitely like a documentary of,
Mhm.
or is it reality TV?
No, there was one I'm really glad no one took because Hard Knocks. Like I was.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
I think I didn't want to take it just because it's like
big
so
last
many
draft.
seasons.
Last Dance, Last of Us, Last Chance You.
There's a theme going.
Mario got the last
I guess I don't
stack
have.
there.
I'm almost disappointed I'm done after this, but you guys
I know.
are entertaining the hell out of me with your picks. So keep going. All right, for drama, I'm gonna go with Mad Men. That's my jam.
I have never seen it. My wife told me to put that. That's her favorite show of all time.
I'm gonna let Rob explain it to you.
I know exactly.
It'd be my new job, just explaining stuff to people, walking around.
You're good at it.
He's
Yeah, I love-
switching the podcast. He's dropping from fantasy football, and he's just gonna give a quick 3 to 5 sentences on his favorite shows.
You could pump out so much content with that on shorts.
Oh, I
That'd be
could.
amazing. And then I have to give the wild card. Oh, this is hard, man. The wild card was by far the most brutal because I had all the other ones preset, I think. I have to go with I Think You Should Leave. That's my wild card.
Really, the
And-
Netflix show.
And I would be remiss if I listed
Didn't
out
take
my
that?
7 of my favorite
Hmm.
shows, and I did not have
That's-
my boy on there.
Wait, I'm not even being an asshole here. That's the
It's a
The
sketch.
one-
It's a sketch comedy show on Netflix,
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yep.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
and
now.
it's the
He's been
episodes
getting
are
posted a lot lately too.
yeah, mainly by me. The episodes are about they're about 15 minutes long, and I'm telling you, just you'll know
I've
watched
after
a
one.
couple.
You'll know
My
after
brother thought that was
literally
my
one
favorite.
episode if you want to watch any.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like I've only seen I've seen my one buddy is like real big on this. He told me to watch the episode where they do like I think it's like the haunted house tour or something. Yeah, and the guy is like asking him keeps asking the question, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You could told me you could ask anything," and
Yeah, it's
that one
it's
is
great.
it is so funny. But
It's
like
the adult. it's the adult tour, but he like takes it too far. He keeps like swearing, like and it's just, yeah, it's
It is so funny, dude. Like it, but like my buddy said the same thing. He's like, basically, it's kind of like hit or miss for people. Like either people seem like
Yeah.
people really think it's like dumb, or like they
Mhm.
love it.
yeah, it's there. I couldn't put it better. I would watch the very first episode, and it will tell you everything you need to know about the show.
This is a
That's it
draft right here, boys.
for Team B.
Solid squad.
I have to do this one with the same reasons that Chuck just provided. It's a favorite pick, and I mean I'm gonna have to do it. Rick and Morty, bring it home. Let's round it out. right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that was right up there in my top 3 for not. I wasn't. Almost needed an anime category, but
We were
that's-
talking. We should have threw in a cartoon category.
It's a great
Animation,
pick.
yeah. Love that show.
Absolutely.
Norton.
The average IMDb of each team is like 9.5. Like the score
What's
is insane.
What's terrible is I just found this IMDb list that I wish I had the whole time.
It helps.
But like some of these shows that are high ranked, I feel like you both have gotten your documentaries done. Planet Earth, that was one of
Yeah.
the first things that kept coming to my
Yeah.
mind. But I was like, I've never actually sat down and watched.
was
more than
watching that?
15 minutes.
I will say I've watched it. I've watched it. I watched
That
some.
one's like
Well,
one of
I have
the
a kids
highest
though.
ranked-
You know what I mean?
It's one
Okay.
of the highest ranked shows on IMDb.
I was gonna say you're either got kids or you're
Yeah, it's the classic.
Getting a
Let's
little-
put something on, and I'll just be on my phone the whole time.
That's for sure, for sure. My kid watches it, and so he can like watch
Mhm.
animals and cool colors and shit. And then my wife actually she'll sometimes occasionally she'll throw it on like late at night if she's like just wants something in the background like peaceful for bed. So
It's good. It's easy.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
There's like 2 on here that I'm surprised you guys haven't called out that I'm not overly obsessed with.
yeah, I mean, I gotta go miniseries here, miniseries, limited series on this last one. There's one miniseries, limited series that's like I feel like it's like renowned as the best. I can't go with it because I haven't seen it, and like it's just like, but I'm gonna go with Chernobyl.
okay. Hell yeah.
People love.
I
Amazing.
loved Chernobyl. My wife actually loved it too. Like we watched
That's
it
number
together.
5 on the IMDb's list.
Yeah, it was
Really?
awesome.
Dude, it was so awesome. I loved that series.
What was the one you were talking about?
Band of Brothers.
I thought that's what you were
It's like
referring to.
yeah, as I
Painting
say,
Mhm.
Painting the top of that IMDb list right now.
right?
Number
Yeah.
4.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought When They See Us was another miniseries one that would be considerable. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting my miniseries right about now. But
You could double up, dude. Oh no, you have a
No, I
wild card.
cannot.
already. You already have a
I
wild
gotta
card.
go comedy. I mean, I have to go with this. I think it's probably the best comedy besides The Office ever. Seinfeld.
Yeah. What a banger to go out on.
What?
Oh my
No.
god.
And he's like, I messed up with the patient.
No,
How do
no,
I
no.
steal
This is
some
not-
votes? It was
this is-
either Seinfeld or it was Friends. He was like, "What's
Oh,
gonna get me?" Some
First
votes
off, I
here?"
would never pick Friends. Don't ever put me in the Friends category.
Don't put me in the friends
Yeah,
zone.
no.
Yeah.
Seinfeld is probably I have that on 90% of the day. That's
It's
probably
on
the
at all
easiest-
hours.
It's the easiest thing to watch.
There will be like 1 week I'll be watching an episode on Monday that's like season 4, and then like 2 weeks later they're already back around on season 2. I'm like, what? How did I miss this many episodes of already played?
I'm real surprised
Enders.
that there's no
This
Ted
was-
Lasso on here
Mhm.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
although I'm not the biggest fan of it, I watched the first 2 seasons and I really haven't been like super excited. To
This
watch
is
the
one
third.
Tiffany
I'm
brings
surprised-
up Dexter. I've
I
never
heard
seen
Dexter
it.
really fell off. I've never
I've
seen
never
it,
seen
but I've
it
also
either.
heard it fell off.
I heard a lot of good things.
Our friends love it, and like my wife and I tried watching it for a little while. We tried like a couple different times, starting it up, watching it. Neither of us really got into it, but
That's
I heard
definitely
it.
the show that I've like posted the most gifs from that I've never seen. For 100%.
Should
I
we
was surprised
do? Should we do
No
honorable
Friends
mentions?
Also,
Absolutely, absolutely.
Let's do honorable mentions.
go ahead, start it off, Rob.
Well, let's start with Norton. We'll go down to up.
You what?
Norton, why don't you do your
You what?
Oh, down, down.
mini
So Norton.
mini
yeah.
limited?
Like tag me in after.
Mini limited? You want?
Yeah, give a couple, and then we'll go up to Chuck.
So I had Chernobyl as my top, and I had Watchmen and The Patient on the list. But out of the ones that didn't get picked, the only other two I had were Band of Brothers,
Hold
and
on, you had The Patient?
I had it on the list.
My
He
man.
held it
I
until the end.
Yep. And then I had Band of Brothers, and I had People versus O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
Oh,
That's the
a
only
good
two.
one.
That was the only
That's a
two.
real good one.
Yeah, those were the only two that I had that on miniseries, limited series that didn't get picked.
Chuck?
So for documentary, it was the U. That was the other one. So I didn't even have a backup for that. So I was really gonna have to scramble if that got picked. For drama, The Leftovers, which that's probably the show that I'm on HBO that I am gonna be like. I always tell people, I'm like, I can't believe you've never seen the show. I can't believe you've never seen it. And I didn't
Yeah,
even fucking draft it. So I was just totally shooting my credibility in the foot. For anybody who's ever heard me say that. Comedy would have been probably South Park, honestly.
I had that on there too.
As far as one that didn't get picked, I mean, you guys picked almost all of the other ones that I love.
Mayor of Easttown is good.
I have that.
Mayor
on
of
my
Easttown
list.
was great. That's another.
It was. I didn't know it was a
another great
mini
one.
series though. I thought
Yeah,
I
that's
thought it was
on
coming
my
out
list.
with more.
No.
Yeah,
Just the
that would
one
have
and
been.
done.
Oh man,
Sad.
that would have been a really good one. I
haven't seen it.
had Mindhunter and I didn't know if that was gonna be if I wanted to split that isn't like mystery or thriller, but yeah,
I had that on the list too.
I did have Family Feud, Diners, Drive-In Drives, and Pardon the Interruption on here.
Low PTI.
Not PTI, but I took The Last Dance, so I didn't want to just double down on sports angle
Yeah.
on a
Dude, I
football
like it.
podcast.
I like it.
Mhm.
I'll go through mine real quick. Mini series, I had 000. I didn't want to take it. Like nobody knows about it. It's such a
Yeah,
good
I've
show.
never
It's on
heard of it.
Amazon Prime.
I've never heard it.
000.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. It's like kind of the inner networks of the drug cartel between all the whole world. And it follows like them buying it and shipping it. It's so good. Real crazy. And then my other mini was We Own This City with John Bernthal on HBO.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself I didn't take that, but Patient was just the one that I was set on. It was my Tony Pollard from last year.
Nice.
Documentaries. I like documentaries. I had The Jinx on HBO.
Haven't seen it.
That's about this dude Robert Durst. He's like we won't go into all of it. It's very good. docuseries.
Third time, Rob.
I can't keep explaining everything.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
McMillions on HBO.
Nice.
And The Inventor is great. Action thriller. I had Terminal List, but it only had one season. I thought it was awesome. And then Jack Ryan.
Nice.
Drama, Industry, and Ozarks were the two that I left off. I
Yeah,
thought Ozarks
Ozark.
was awesome.
Yeah, Ozark was on my list.
I forgot about Industry. That's a good one.
Yeah, Industry and Ozarks were the two. Mystery was Flight Attendant and The Outsider.
The Outsider, nice. Yeah.
On HBO. I thought that was
Outsider
great.
kind of crushed me towards the end, though.
It was
really
brutal. I mean, it was it was tough to
It was
get
just
through.
like there was a lot of buildup, and then like the last couple episodes, you're like, well,
Has everybody seen it?
This kind of fizzled
I
out.
have not.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna shut my mouth.
and then
Love
comedy.
that actor though.
Yeah, he's so good. Comedy, What We Do in the Shadows.
Dude,
Entourage.
I cannot get into that either.
Oh, it's so good.
The vampire
Entourage
show,
and
right? The
Barry.
vampire comedy.
Yeah, I'm surprised Barry didn't go. To be honest, with all
We
the
didn't
HBO
have
others.
Barry, The Sopranos, The Wire.
Sopranos.
There's
The
a lot
Wire.
of there's a lot
I've never
of shows
seen. I've never
that
seen
didn't
The
get-
Wire, so I felt, but like
That's-
that's like
Yeah,
that's
I've
what-
never seen it.
Dude, those were the two that I was talking about with Sopranos and Wire. I haven't seen them either, so I'm like, I can't feel like a fake if I
I'm
if I
gonna
go
be
ahead
the
with this.
first person to say I loved We Own the City, which was like by the same guy who did it. I don't like The Wire, and I'm going live on record to saying I'm an anti-Wire guy.
You're gonna have a swarm of people coming at
I
you.
know,
Please.
dude. People love The Wire.
Bring
They
me
love
your
it, dude.
terrible early 2000s takes on Baltimore drug culture. Swine.
For some reason, I can't get into those shows that, like even Sopranos, I can't even watch the beginning of it just because it looks so dated.
Oh no,
It's like a
Sopranos
mind
is
thing where I
cool.
can't.
I know that, dude.
What
That's
you
the thing.
mean.
That's the
I know
thing. Is
exactly
like
what you mean.
it keeps getting further and further out because I keep
Mhm.
telling myself I'm going to watch these shows, and then it keeps getting further and further out, and then I'm like, dude, I know exactly what's going to happen to me too. I'm going to turn it on. I'm like, what the hell, dude? I
Yeah.
can't watch this shit.
Can't get through it.
I actually have a better time at watching older shows than I do older movies, and
You're
I don't really know
weird.
what the reason that is. Like, man, I could watch Boy Meets World right now. Sopranos, I could watch. Like, I watch all those old movies. I don't. Were you done, Rob? I don't have a whole honorable
Dude, I have a-
mentions. I'm sad
have a
Chappelle
bunch.
Show's not on here. Okay, we'll go
that-
back down to you.
Eastbound and Down should have been drafted.
Yeah.
Chappelle
Yep.
Show. I wanted to be on
Okay.
here, and
Oh,
then there was Shameless was a
Yes.
good one.
That's a
I
good one.
debated that. I debated that multiple times.
Mhm.
Perfect.
I didn't make a list, so this was just looking at this quick IMDb. But I think that's it for me, Norton. If you had
Dude,
more,
I have a bunch. I have a bunch here. Yeah,
I have
I
a
got-
bunch too.
I've
This is a good one
lost.
for me.
Mm.
Loss is great until
Lost.
the end.
Yeah. I had House of the Dragon on my list. I had Euphoria.
Nobody wanted to do it, right? Because Game of Thrones was picked. They were
Mhm.
like,
I
"Damn
just
it."
Yeah.
I don't want to draft a one and done
Yeah, you did.
or
The
a one. You know,
patience.
the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a mini series.
I know. I'm kidding.
If you
Coming.
liked Lost, you'd love The Leftovers. That's my quick pitch on that one.
I'm gonna have to.
I've
Same
heard
guy.
great things about the Leftovers.
The
The
and
Leftovers
every
is the
time
same guy who did The Watchmen. Also did The Leftovers.
I'm gonna have to-
People that
I'm
have seen the Leftovers,
Yeah.
they're like, "You've never seen the just like you were saying, you've never seen it."
We're
I gotta check it,
sick
dude.
of
I got.
It's
the
not
cult.
advertised very well, though.
No, truly, what always sinks me into is my best friend had never seen it, and he watched it, and he was like, "This might have changed my life."
Dude, I have to check it out because I loved Lost so much. I feel like more than most people. Like even the ending, like people, I know people hate it and stuff, and I'm like, man, I kind of just love like
Mm.
all of it all the way through, like more than most people. So, but yeah, the one I thought you were gonna mention was when you said the one, can we take one season only, was Westworld.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mm,
Westworld,
that would have been a
fell off
great.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
been
season
great.
one, dude.
Season one
I
was really good.
I still think that season one is one of the best single seasons of
Mhm.
any show ever, personally for me. And then it just
It
got
felt
so
bad.
trash, dude.
Quickly.
Yeah, and then so then I also had Shameless, Impractical Jokers. I did, dude. Like,
Dude.
No, I'm with you on that.
Yep.
hey, dude.
Yeah.
My
Why
wife-
is that always on everybody's like background TV? They're like,
Dude,
"This is awesome."
the
It's
best.
on-
Oh, it's like Seinfeld, man. It's always.
Yeah.
It's always on, dude. I'm telling you, I watched that show. I've watched more Impractical. My wife hates it, dude. Because if there's nothing on, I'll ask her, I'm like, "What do you want to watch?" And if she doesn't give me an answer within a minute or two, it goes straight to Impractical Jokers. And then she just rolls her eyes. She's like, "I'm going to bed." I'm like, "All right." But yeah, pretty much, dude. Every I watch it so much, and I still laugh.
I
every
think
time.
I've laughed the hardest at that show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
like-
go in.
so
multiple
hilarious.
times.
Arrested Development was one on my.
Thank
or-
you. That's
Mhm.
been
That was
for like a
called out, too.
minute now. I've been wondering
Yeah.
if anyone's gonna drop it.
Arrested. Yeah, it's I love Jason Bateman, dude. And Family Guy was on the list. South Park, Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I did. I was
the
kinda sad
reboot?
we didn't have a. The reseller. I'm sad that we didn't have a sitcom section, and also kind of sad about not having a reality TV section too.
Nah, fuck that.
Shut up,
We
Robbie.
should've-
We were fist bumping in college, dude. We were like this.
So what would you consider like no reservations or somebody feed Phil or like all those like is that like travel or is that
Reality,
Food, I
I
guess.
guess.
reality? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
wasted.
true. I had Mando on the list.
Mando.
Nice.
Yeah, I honestly thought Rob was gonna take it.
I learned my lesson.
Baby Grogu screwed him once.
I learned my lesson,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I had you on the list.
Use good.
Oh, dude, I
Mm.
couldn't even finish that last season.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
over it. No.
Yeah. I had walk-
It's set up like the same. It's like filmed the same way like a Hallmark show would be filmed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
No,
It
I haven't
really
I haven't
is.
seen the newest.
I stopped. They did the stupid 2-part thing, and like the first part, like they got me invested. I was ready to go. I was like, oh man, I wish there was a 6th episode right now. You had to wait a month, and I was like, once I started watching, I was like, I can't even remember the first 5. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Dude.
don't know about you guys. Every show that I watch, and God bless her, my wife has to watch the previously on, even if we just watched the episode like a couple days ago.
And she'll watch that.
She's big on that.
Yeah. Like you go on like YouTube and watch like previously on, or you like just watch the like beginning part of the episode where it
Yeah. Like
It's
the
Yeah, because
The
like
lead-in.
not all streaming services do the
That's what I'm
previously on. Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like
they're
some of
getting
them,
better at it.
yeah. Yeah, Tiffany said Ozark. That I think you guys mentioned that. I was on
Yeah,
high
I
on.
was
high
it
on
was
my list.
between that and Better Call Saul for my wild card.
That's
it
fair.
was-
That's
It was close.
I have Better Call Saul ahead of Ozark as
a
well.
lot of
Hey,
taste and culture in here.
I had Suits on there for me too. If you've ever
Yeah.
seen Suits,
I have not, but I've heard good things.
yeah, with Meghan Markle, it was
Yeah,
really good.
Walking Dead was on my list too.
Get those,
I
Never got into
Meghan-
that.
Get those
I
Meghan
fell
Markle votes.
playing to the royal family.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
got.
I'm trying to
so
get
many votes
retweeted,
if you
man.
dropped that one, dude.
It's like
You
Like,
would've crushed it.
I would love to know if that's the first time someone was like, "Have you seen Suits with Meghan Markle?"
Don't even mention the real dudes.
Oh man,
It was
One dude
great.
does fantasy that's from Suits, right? Like he's big into fantasy.
Is he?
Let me. You guys keep going.
Wait,
I'll find.
is dude?
Patrick
Don't tell
Adams?
me this is.
If
Nope.
I'm thinking of the right show, but I might not be. I don't think I am.
Oh no, there's a dude that was like
But it's on like the same network. What's that freaking?
there was
I've
like a
never
dude
seen
there was like a dude that was like an actor in something. So I don't, he was
There's
like in an
couple that are in Scott Fishbowl.
yeah he was in my
Oh, nice.
he was in my
Oh, really?
draft,
Sweet.
actually. Yeah, and he was actually really active in our group chat
Mhm.
and stuff. He was talking all the time and like
Mm.
talking about his movies and his shows and stuff, and we were
Mhm.
It's
So
the
it was
USA
pretty cool.
Network show that is the guy I'm thinking of specifically.
No, it's USA Network.
No, it's not Suits though.
Was he at
But
the
you guys
Expo?
keep going.
The other ones-
It's like Bell.
Like it's this guy.
Here
Well,
we
he's
go.
one of them. There's a second one.
Mm.
That dude. Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, how are you doing, dude?
Don't worry about it. You guys keep on going.
I had Dark on the list,
Mhm.
Okay.
Sherlock.
Trying to
I
think
had-
what else I have here.
For documentaries, I had Full Swing.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I loved it.
I thought it was too new.
yeah, for sure.
That dude.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that's not the
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. Some
that-
Psych? Is that Psych?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the dude that was in my. But
I'll help you find the one dude that you're talking about because I know exactly who you're talking about.
yeah, I had.
He actually is pretty active on Twitter too. The dude that you're
Yeah,
talking about.
I was gonna say he is. I had Tiger King and Making a Murderer in.
I had those on mine too.
Yeah, so I think. Oh, I had Wednesday on.
Yeah, I
If
thought
there
about
were two
pulling that
seasons,
too.
I would have done it. The first season was awesome.
Yeah, I thought so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it was-
I was
went
like,
heavy on like I don't trust you first season.
It's
Yeah.
just
I've been
it's hard
True
to
Detective
throw
in
them in the
Westworld-
best of all
Westworld
time.
before.
I was gonna say you're Westworld taught you can't trust that first season. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah,
had
what,
to
what if
best-
you're drafting Westworld?
Yeah.
Dude, could you imagine if we had
Drafted
this
Trent
draft?
Richardson.
That's what I'm saying. you draft. Could you imagine doing this draft after the first season of Westworld came out? Where
Yeah.
that would have gone in here?
Mhm.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
before you guys invited me, I'd kicked around the idea of like doing this, but you draft a Jesus, what's wrong with me? A season. You have to draft a season of a show.
That's
So it's
okay.
like, and I mean, like we're doing the same thing we're doing
That's a good
now, but
idea.
like, I'd be like, it's always sunny season 5 or something like that.
I don't hate that.
That
It
would
would've been
be.
so.
we could bring
it
that
would've
in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that would have been. That's tough too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta know your stuff.
You
Mhm.
really do, because like I'm looking at my list and I'm like, Parks and Rec I'm rewatching at this moment, and I think it's like third season once Brandanowicz is off the damn show. It's when it starts rolling.
Yeah.
Great.
Brandon.
Brandanowicz,
Dude,
Brandon.
Did you guys all say you like The Office over Parks and Rec?
I do.
It depends on what mood I'm in. Honestly,
I think that
But
The
probably The
Office is funnier, but I think there's a part of me that like Parks and Rec is a little bit more like enjoyable, if that makes sense.
Parks and Rec's almost like holds up a little bit better too, like with
Well-
society in general.
Well, for sure. Oh yeah,
The jokes
especially
are a little cleaner.
I was to say that, especially first season.
I like The Office.
First season Office is,
Keeps me on my
is
toes, you know.
cringy, dude. Sometimes, like, well, a lot of the seasons.
There's
First
some-
season sucks, dude.
There's
Dude,
some
It's so
brutal
bad.
jokes.
It's like when he's talking to Kelly.
They make him so.
Oh,
unlikable.
you're
They
talking
make
about The
him,
Office.
so
I thought you were saying
Yeah.
Parks and the first season of Parks and Rec is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
rough, They all that
It takes time though.
both of them
Comedies
did
take
this-
time.
Yeah, it's like the six episode pilots. They did it for pretty much both
Yeah,
Parks
yeah.
and Rec and The Office.
Dude,
Sunny's the same way. Yeah, they're
you
all-
know what's funny is The Office when it first came out. I remember watching the pilot episode live, like when it was on NBC or whatever back, in the day, and I hated it. Like I was like, dude, this is the worst show of all time. I remember like talking to my friends. I'm like, dude, this show sucks so much. I was like, I cannot stand it how it's filmed, and like now at this point, The Office is the show that I've watched more than literally
dude.
any other show. I've watched
You guys
every
mentioned,
season
like, background
like 30
shows?
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
good.
Another one. Any show that TBS and Comedy Central has the rights to is just gonna get airtime. Airtime.
Futurama on Comedy Central.
I
is like-
noticed
Oh, it wouldn't
also
stop.
there's 4 Yellowstone spinoffs, but not one of them made the list.
Or Yellowstone.
I've never actually
Yeah.
watched Yellowstone, but my parents ask me if I'm watching it.
Dude,
all times.
That's so much, dude. That's the exact same for me. My dad and my stepmom are always like, "Oh, we're watching Yellowstone. You guys watch Yellowstone yet?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude.
"Dude, we should. Someone should have
Better
voted.
story.
Someone should have got that. Clearly, if House was on here, he would have taken Yellowstone, and we
Sure.
would have gotten that
I
vote."
would love to see his lineup. I really would.
There's a better story. We went to this is like a wine festival weekend, and it's my wife's family. They invite their friends and family. My parents come, and it's just a bunch of people that my parents don't know because it's all like my wife's family's family and friends. But my parents are obviously familiar with her family, not the friends. This lady. We get home, which is, I mean, we're talking a day later, plus it's night at this point, like 8 p.m. She texts, which is a family friend of my wife's mom, texts Jess like, "Hey, send this to Mario's mom," and it's this whole paragraph about Yellowstone and like her thoughts on it. And she said,
Oh yeah.
"Forward this to Mario's mom," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Is this
How-
happening right now?"
How the Yellowstone people roll. My wife and I watched we watched every episode of every season so far. And it's not good, but we've loved it. We've loved it, but it's not good.
Do you feel a part of like the community right now watching it?
Good to
Like,
know.
are you guys like the Jeeps? Like where you can do the Jeep wave and everything?
Well, no, I watch it and now I'm like, yeah, maybe I can fix the fence in the back, like do some stuff.
He got himself a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
This sounds like a show that I need to do because I can't fix shit. So at least it'll make me.
My ability to hasn't gone up, but my desire skyrocketed.
Oh my gosh,
That's great.
dude! Another one that I just thought of because we were saying Yellow, but Yellow Jackets.
I
I've
haven't
heard.
seen
I have
that.
not watched Yellow Jackets.
I haven't.
Only heard.
I've heard great things. Yeah.
Same. I haven't seen it, but I've only heard great things. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think that was all of my list, though. I don't know if I had a pretty long list.
Pretty much any Danny McBride show could have been on here. Vice Principals, Righteous
Yeah,
Gemstones.
Yeah.
They're all
Mhm.
bangers.
Righteous
Well done.
Gemstones. I tried, man, but I was like, I got pretty bored with
I
that.
think it's so funny.
That's the one
Yeah.
where they own the church.
Your attention span
Yeah.
must be like
It's bad.
30 seconds.
You got to really grab.
all these shows that
Gotta
you're just
grab
like,
it,
I
dude.
tried it. I can't do it.
Oh, it's a lot. The list is real long. But although you guys have to admit, you is bad in general. So if you're watching it, you're just doing it for pure killing time reasons because it was never good. I watched it as well, but I would openly admit, like, the show's not very good, but it's entertainment.
Have you seen The Morning Show? I think it's called.
Oh, that's good.
With
Season
Jennifer
2 wasn't
Aniston.
as good as season 1. Season 1 was fire.
It is good though.
I thought that show was great. Yeah.
Did you? As in the other one, did you guys watch Euphoria?
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
Never got into it.
This is gonna sound weird. This is not gonna sound like I want it to sound, but it might also. I'm just not into watching teenagers. You know what I mean? Like, I know
That's a fine thing to say, dude.
Okay, maybe this good.
We approve.
It's just, like they're rarely good in shows and movies. They can be. I'm not saying they can't be, but they're just usually always like the drag part of the show. And so I just,
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's all
fair.
teenagers. It is a teenager drama,
yeah.
but they
fair.
make it very like you think about it and you're like, this shit wasn't going on in my high school.
Dude,
They
that's the
actually
same.
had people, like,
That's the same thing that I said. Yeah, I'm like, my wife and I were watching it. We liked the show, and I was like, but the whole
Not
time
as
I'm like,
heavy.
dude, I'm like, what is going on, dude? These are like 45-year-old problems out here. Like, what
I
is
know,
like,
right?
look, I'm not gonna say that this didn't happen in my high school in like a very limited base, but they're like, here's this group of 20 teenagers,
Yeah.
and they all jacked up.
Yeah, they're
right?
like Hell's Angels shit going on. It's crazy. I always thought like Family Guy nailed it. Like, high school is such a serious thing. These problems matter. Like, that's why I always pictured that kind of stuff. Not
for sure, dude.
OD.
Definitely. Yeah,
That
I
is
was gonna
the-
say.
That is the number one critique of that show is like you're like, this isn't very realistic for, I think they're sophomores or something, maybe juniors at this point.
Mm.
I don't know.
Right? It's like, dude, I remember when I was a sophomore, dude. I rode the bus home and I watched some Full House. So like, I don't know what these guys are doing.
No, I know. Seriously, I can only imagine. It's like, oh man, I need to decompress. Put on Breaking Bad or something. Like, just step it down a notch.
That's
Oh
good.
man.
Any last call outs, boys? Are we wrapping this thing up?
I think I got all mine in.
Mhm.
Same.
Any last digs at Rob for taking the patient in round 4?
I think my list is pretty damn good.
Hey, I was asking a question. I was not critiquing.
I'm
I was
pretty,
just asking a question.
I would have been very comfortable if you could flip the patient and Better Call. I'd be very comfortable.
If these were orphan league teams, I would gladly take any of them.
It's just-
Well, we'll be putting it to a poll, and we'll see who gets the most votes here.
I love it.
Who, what is it? Pandered to the crowd. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Nor
I'm already ready for my L.
I know what
He's like-
you're already putting out polls before this.
This is
Crowdsource,
you guys like.
This is when having a bunch of burners helps.
That's what Mario has like 20. So we don't know the true statistics of
Don't
it.
even
Yeah,
stop right there.
I was gonna say, what
Stop
did,
right there. Don't no.
did last poll get like 35 votes,
Okay.
20 from the burners?
He
Off the
single-handedly voted us into Scott Fishbowl.
Still,
Dude.
nice.
All you had to do was just stop what you're saying right there.
Who cares? We were in and we got to the playoffs. No one can hear you.
I actually accidentally hit the sad music instead of the outro.
I thought that was like an in
I was
memoriam.
wondering I was curious. I tried to play along with you. I was swaying.
All right, boys. It was awesome having you, Chuck. For anybody watching, if you're not already following Chuck Bass, his Twitter handle is Chuck Bass FF. I think I got that right. It's easier to do Norton's because I do his all the time. If you're not following Norton, check him out at Norton0723. Ourselves at DadBodFS. Chuck's tag is also in our title. Just caught that. So if I said it wrong, we're good. We'll be posting the videos on YouTube, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Rob?
All the major streaming platforms.
For myself, for Robbie Bobby, for Chuck, for Norton. Peace. That's still right.